Now let's talk about the AC/DC control panel that's located down in the cabin just after the galley. This boat has two 30 amp shore power circuits that power the AC system on the boat. You can use one shore cord to power everything. If you do that, you'll have the parallel switch. You'll have to turn that to the on position. If you do have the ability to plug in the two shore power cords, you'll slide this cover down and you'll be able to use your shore power 2. That will give you the ability to run the cockpit and the cabin air conditioning, water heaters. It's good to manage loads. By that I mean that if you're using one shore power cord, you won't be able to use your cockpit air conditioning. It'll be too much of a load on that 130 amp circuit. That's when you'd like to plug in both of the shore power cords and be able to have that extra amperage that you'll need. There are breakers that turn on and off all the various appliances that are run on AC on this boat. We have outlets, we have a grill, battery chargers, air conditioning, the pump for the air conditioning, refrigerator in the galley, as well as a water heater, a cooktop, the gyro stabilizer, and a cockpit refrigerator. Looking at the panel on the right side, you'll see that it says DC system. That's the 12-volt system that is fed through the house battery. So to use the appliances that are located on this switch panel, you'll turn on the house battery at the port side of the console, the main battery switch there. The first step of using your DC system would be to turn on the main breaker. We've already turned it on because we needed the lights in the cabin, so the main and the two lighting circuits are already energized. You'll see a yellow telltale light when they're powered up. After that, you'll be able to select which appliances and options you'd like to use. To use the generator, you'll have the house battery on and you'll have to first turn on the halon system and the generator blower. It's very important to remember to put on these two systems because the generator will throw a code if you don't turn on the halon and the blower first. Also on this panel we have refrigeration. The cockpit and the cabin refrigerators are both 12 volt or 110 volt. If you're not connected to shore power, you'll be able to use the refrigerators by turning them on at the DC side of this switch panel. That's for the galley and the cockpit refrigerators. Also included on this DC side, we have lights. There are two circuits for those, lights 1 and 2. Also, we have a switch for the table lift. This is what raises and lowers the table that's in the front of this cabin and allows you to have a sleeping area. Below that, we have the blower for the head as well as the breaker that turns on the toilet head system. Below that, we have the fresh and raw water pumps. They need to be energized to use the washdown, and actually the toilet and the windshield washer need to have the fresh water pump turned on to be able to use those options. There are also a number of spare circuits that you can use for other appliances that you may install after you take ownership.